Allison, I love this week's Wallpaper Wednesday.
Ooh, yes, I saw that too, and I love that verse. It totally fits my vibe. Well, did you actually catch the latest episode of Heart and Soul? I just posted about it on my story.
Awesome. Okay, but did you repost that one INC Giving post from this week? The one about the winter clothing drive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I totally reposted
Yeah,
it. I'm
right.
thinking about doing one next month.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
Oh, wait. What time is it? What time is it?
It's
Oh,
time for INC Media Live!
Hello there.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to INC Media Live. We are so excited to see you today.
And yes, before you ask, we do spend way too much time online.
Yes, but hey, that just means that we're perfectly qualified to help you navigate the good and the bad.
Honestly, no regrets on that one. Today we're talking about something super important, having a strong Christian presence on social media. Because let's face it, our feeds are full of all kinds of content, some inspiring, some, well, not exactly leading us closer to God.
Exactly. So, how do we make sure that our online presence reflects our faith? We've got some great insights, tips, and even some solid content recommendations coming your way. So, stick around because you don't want to miss this. And while we're here, we want to encourage every one of you to follow the INC Media social media account in case you aren't already, at INC Media News on Instagram and at incmedia.org on Facebook.
All right, let's start with friendships on social media. We all have those online friends we haven't seen in a long time or don't even really know.
Right, and meanwhile, we look at their posts and consciously or unconsciously compare our lives with theirs.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important to think about the kind of friendships we're maintaining online. You know, there's an amazing piece from Heart and Soul on this called Choosing Friendships, Are Social Media Friends Real? That really makes you reflect on the quality of your online relationships.
Yes, and it talks about how as Christians, we should seek out friendships that strengthen our faith rather than just people who double tap our selfies. I mean, sure, a fire emoji or reaction on your new haircut is really, really sweet and really kind, but is that friend actually there when you need encouragement?
Exactly. So, if your social media circle isn't lifting you up for all the right reasons, it might be time to rethink who you're surrounding yourself with, even online. Let's listen to a clip.
They say when you meet somebody in person for the first time, they're trying to give you the best first impression. So maybe not all parts of what they're showing you is as authentic as it can be. Do you feel like that level of superficiality is greater online because they can curate everything that they show the world and curate how they communicate with you? Is there that danger, or do you feel like maybe not everything is as it seems when you're connecting with somebody online?
Nothing is ever as it seems, yes, especially on social media. Talking about myself as well included. People like to post pictures and videos about the good things about what they've experienced, and they don't really share, their down. So if something happens, they don't share that. They only share what's the good things about their lives. And so it's kind of hard to see the whole picture of that person. And that's one of the downfalls for social media, because they paint a positive picture all the time and you can't really see the whole picture.
So let's make sure that we actually know the people that we're interacting with online. Okay, now be honest. Have you ever gone on social media just to check one thing, and then suddenly an hour later you are so deep in the comment section of some random post that you did not mean to be so far into or so invested in, when you could have just benefited from extra hours or minutes of sleep?
100%. And for the record, it's totally happened to me. The point is, social media has a way of pulling us in, sometimes in ways that aren't spiritually uplifting or makes us feel self-conscious about our own lives.
Right.
Oh, there it is!
It's prize time!
Oh, it's prize time again. Hope everyone's doing some deep thinking about your online habits, because our first question is just about that. Allison, first, let's tell them what they could win.
Sure. All right. So if you don't mind doing prize cam, we have this first prize as our crew neck. We have a brand new design. And it's like this nice beige color. In the front, it says, fear not. Now you might be wondering, what does fear not mean? Turn it around, and it has the full verse that goes, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10.
Nice.
So whoever gets to win this one, we're all gonna have brand new crew necks. I have a new one, Olivia has a new one, and this one could be yours as well. Brand new.
Brand new. So, to win this prize, answer this question based on the podcast clip we just heard. Fill in the blank. One of the downfalls of social media is that they paint a positive picture all the time, and you can't really see blank, blank, blank. Is it A,
The cute pets,
B,
the whole picture,
or C?
their desk setup. So while we wait for you to go ahead and answer that question, let's head over to the chat and maybe do some shout outs, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's see, chat,
Let's
where
see.
you at? Let's see, comments coming in.
You never really know who is on the other side of a social media friend from
Yes.
Rod Kahayan.
Yes, but he's actually our friend in real
he
life.
is.
So he's our friend on social media in the chat, but he's also our friend in real life. Great topic. It's very timely po. Hashtag KLF, hashtag Hawaii Pacific from Regine Caldejon. I hope I'm pronouncing that
hello.
correctly.
I depend on him, shirt bowl, please. Yes.
That's you.
Woo.
You want to show it off? Let's see. You want to turn around?
Yes.
I depend on him. And on the back, it says, "Oh, I can't see this. Only God gives reward, peace, and inward peace, and I depend on Him." Psalms 62:5. Yes.
Super nice.
Great new design. So maybe, who knows, when is this one going to be as a prize next? We'll find
next.
out.
Maybe
You got to come
next
next
time.
week and the week after.
Yeah.
I have a good problem. I don't have any social media accounts. I'm very old school. I share my faith the old school way. I give out issues of the Pasuko or invite by word of mouth. Yes, new school, old school, as long as you're sharing your faith.
That's important part.
Yes, that's the most important thing. So, great job.
Hello, Paul. Good morning, Paul from Baguio, Philippines. Shout out to
Control room, where you at? Let's see control room.
Control room.
Let's see, there's the control room with their cool dance moves from earlier. Yes, shout out control room. Media, me expressing devotion in all ways. Wow.
Good one.
Wow.
Good one.
That was very, very creative.
Okay,
All right.
I think that was it for now. Let's
Yes.
go back to our fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. One of the downfalls of social media is that they paint a positive picture all the time, and you can't really see blank, blank, blank. Is it A,
The cute pets,
B,
the whole picture,
or C?
their desk setup.
Now, drum roll, please. And the answer is B. The whole picture. It's so true, right, Allison? People just show the highlight reel of their lives on social media. Let's value in-person relationships more than playing a comparison game.
I totally agree. Now that's why we love this next piece from Vantage Point called Control Your Social Media. It's all about being intentional with our time online instead of letting it distract us from more important things like our faith, our relationships, and, sleep.
And I love that it reminds us that we're in control. We don't have to scroll mindlessly. We can choose to engage with content that builds us up instead of tearing us down.
So next time you catch yourself doom scrolling, maybe take a step back and ask, is this helping me grow spiritually? And if the answer is no, then maybe it's time to, log off, take a break, and find some inspiring content instead. So let's take a look at a clip from that episode. Roll it.
It's written in the Bible, here in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31, in the New International Reader's Version. Those who use the things of the world should not become all wrapped up in them. The world as it now exists is passing away.
Sorry to jump in, Brother Felmar, but the Bible doesn't prohibit us from using social media or developing tech.
It doesn't per se, but when using social media and all other things in this world, there is a word of caution. What is it? The Bible tells us we should not become all wrapped up in them. So how should we deal with social media, especially when it is being used by others to spread false information? So we should be careful and not careless.
Careful but not careless. What a powerful verse. It's so true though. We can't get wrapped up in what we see online, and not to mention what we post online lives there forever, even if you do delete it. So it's somewhere forever. Oh, look at that!
So the winner for this prize time, we'll get this water bottle.
Yes, let's see it. Let's
and
see
this
it.
beautiful white
Ooh,
with
yeah.
truth
This is a
in
brand new.
brand
did we
new
get a
design. Oh wow!
ASMR moment?
ASMR moment. Wow. Ooh, and you also get a notebook.
Ooh.
That says, "Stay with God, take heart, don't quit." I'll say it again. Stay with God.
Psalm 27:14.
And
All right.
the inside is
Lined! A lined notebook. Yes, so these two prizes are very, very essential. You have a water bottle to hydrate you before worship service and a notebook to take good notes during worship service.
Exactly. Okay, here's a question. In the clip, what advice is given about consuming information online? Is it A,
Be careful and not careless.
B,
Take every opportunity to argue online.
or C?
Believe everything you read. Hey, Olivia, have you ever played that game, Telephone?
Oh yeah, I remember playing that in elementary school. Everyone in my class lined up and everyone whispered the same message down the line.
Yes.
But by the time it got to the end, the message, it changed.
Well, that's kind of how information spreads on social media. It gets passed from person to person, and somewhere along the line, it becomes misinformation. So that's another reason to be very, very careful about what we put online. Tell us in the chat, how do you practice online safety? Tell us in the chat. So while we wait, let's go ahead and do some shout outs while you go ahead and let us know in the chat.
Greetings from Sacramento. Hello, Sister Olivia.
Woo! Okay, shout out Sacramento. We love the ASMR hashtag Texas. Yes.
Oh, yes, love ASMR.
I love ASMR. Yes. From Sister Lauren.
I love inspirational Bible verse art posts. Yes, from Taylor Joy.
Yes.
We love them too.
We love them too. Shout out to Wallpaper Wednesdays, the Bible Verses team. You guys keep us going, and also you guys do really, really great pieces of art. Happy viewing from American Samoa.
Oh.
Wow! I would love to go over there.
Me
It looks
too.
very, very beautiful over there.
Gotta take a trip.
Yes, maybe we can go take Iron Speed Light to American Samoa.
Should. Happy viewing, Paul, from the local congregation of Lahaina, District of Hawaii
Hi,
Pacific.
Paul, Andre.
Paul.
Yes, I'm gonna plug it one more time like I did last week. Brother Andre, along with a lot of the brethren there in Lahaina and Maui, they are featured on the most recent Stories of Faith episode, featuring the wildfires there in Lahaina. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. It is such a good story with a lot of great stories. Definitely a tearjerker. So bring your tissues. It's really, really good. All right, let's see. Good morning here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on incmedia Live. Greetings from local of Brixtonville, District of Caloocan North. From Mario. Yes, good morning to all of our Philippines viewers. It's very early over there. All right, I believe that's all the time that we have, so let's go over that question one more time. In the clip, what advice is given about consuming information online? Is it A,
Be careful, not careless.
B,
Take every opportunity to argue online.
or C?
Believe everything you read. And the answer is, drum roll please. Hey! Be careful and not careless. Don't forget to message us on Instagram at incmedia news or email us at info@incmedia.org to claim your prize. You know, speaking of what we consume online, let's talk about the kind of content we're feeding our minds, because let's be real, sometimes our social media feeds are like junk food.
Ooh, yes, totally. I see that. Like, one minute you're seeing a Bible verse, and then the next minute you're watching a video of someone arguing with a drive-through speaker. There's a lot of negative things out there.
Yeah, and look, it's not bad to have a mix of content, but we have to ask ourselves, what's shaping our mindset? That's where this great blog, Curating My Feed for More Positivity, comes in.
Now, this one is all about taking control of what we see daily. If our feeds are full of negativity, gossip, or things that make us feel envious, maybe it's time for a digital detox.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfollow the accounts aren't adding value to your life, and start filling your feed with things that inspire and uplift. Need some help finding uplifting content? Lucky for you, INC Media has many different accounts to cater to different interests and life phases. Say you want to see some family content, head over to faithandfamily.inc.
Yes, or any married couples out there, you needing content for husbands and wives, check out happy life. Or say you love to share your faith online, reposting and starting faith conversations in your DMs, check out That's in the Bible or bible.verses.inc. We are very, very familiar with that to all of the fans of Verse of the Week. You already know this account. And pro tip, if you check your phone first thing in the morning, like so many of us do, I know I do, don't you want the first thing you see to be something inspirational to like set the tone for the day?
Oh, that one hits home. I've definitely made a mistake of consuming negative content first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Okay, let's listen to a clip on the blog read by the author, Darlene Alejandro. In her blog, she shares tips on having a positive social media presence.
One of the Bible verse graphics on the bible.verses.inc Instagram account encouraged us in the caption to tag a friend in the comments. I tagged a close friend from high school, so hopefully it resonates with them. This is an easy way for you to let your friends know that you're thinking about them and that we have a whole archive of these Bible verse graphics for their inspiration. A more subtle way of being a light online is by posting with positive intention. For example, I love trying different coffee shops. I'm one of those people that takes a picture of every latte I order. So I share my recommendations. It's positive, it's intentional, and it's hoping that at least one person will benefit from and be inspired by my post. I've actually had conversations about faith with people I've met in line at a coffee shop. This proves to me that any discussion can be turned into a conversation about faith. Another way to be proactive with what you share online is, honestly, by paying attention to the variety of content on this website, incmedia.org. There have been a couple of times where I've had conversations about faith with acquaintances, and it never fails to intrigue me how willing they are to learn about a particular biblical topic. In these instances, it's actually really easy to share our beliefs using incmedia.org. It's not up to us whether our friends look at what we share with them or not, but the point is that we are letting them know about our faith and what we believe in. My last tip for you is to make sure that everything you post is a reflection of your membership inside the Church of Christ. Earlier, I mentioned that social media can be detrimental to our lives, especially if we're consuming information that just doesn't uplift us. Thankfully, our God is there to give us peace of mind, which is why it is essential to let it be known. I started opening up on my Instagram about my struggle with social media, but I made sure to acknowledge turning to God during that time. I shared this blog for further emphasis.
Valuable tip for someone who spends a lot of time on social media. I really like her tip about tagging a friend on a post that we have.
Yes.
And it lets them know that we're thinking about them, and it's a great way to share our faith.
It's very simple too. Can be fun.
Allison, what about you?
Ooh, for me, I definitely think that her last tip about making sure that your posts reflect our membership in the church. I think nowadays it's so easy to get caught up and to be kind of peer pressured into reposting things because other people are reposting it. But so I feel like you could easily just repost something without actually looking into the meaning of what it could be. So being very careful about what we post and making sure that it, aligns with our teachings and what we believe in, and to not fall into peer pressure just because everyone's reposting it. So that's very, very important. It's time! All right, so for our next prize, answer this question in the chat. What tips can you share for responsible social media posting? Any tips out there? Let us know. Now, the winner of this one gets this faith sharing kit that I will have Olivia model.
Ooh, it's this really cute mini tote in black.
Yes, with
white lid. This is brand new.
Also brand new.
Truth logo.
Yes.
Very nice.
All
Now,
right.
what do you get?
I don't know. Let's find out.
You get some.
Whoa!
Some little cards.
Yes, these are infographics.
Infographics.
Yes.
Approaching God in prayer. That's in the Bible. Oh. Prophecy versus prediction.
Yes, okay, there's
That's
some.
not all. You get some more.
Whoa! Ooh, these ones are really cool. They're like INC Media cards, but they're also invitations.
Very nice,
Bible
very
studies.
nice, very nice. You get a lanyard. Look
Okay.
Woo!
Okay, truth lanyard.
And
What else?
of course, you're gonna get some INC Media cards.
Yes, of course.
Very
Yes,
nice. Oh, you also get a bookmark.
Wow, bookmark! I'm making changes, bookmark. All right, what else?
And oh my gosh, INC Media card case.
Yes, let's open it
hold
up.
your INC media cards, and you have more INC media
Yes,
cards
there's
in
more
here.
in there.
Woo!
What else?
Oh, I hear something.
What is it? What is it? Ooh! Wow! Truth buttons. INC media buttons.
And that's not it. You also get your very own holder.
Yes, INC media
display.
card holder for your local congregation, for, to leave it up, and if people see it, they can just take a few INC media cards and put it in their wallet anytime that they find opportunity to share their faith.
Exactly.
So this is a great faith sharing toolkit. Hopefully you get to win it. So while you answer in the chat, let's go ahead and read some of the answers from our engagement posts on our Instagram from earlier this week. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's see. I don't know. There it is. So
Okay.
the question was, what are your tips for staying safe online?
The first one is from Via. Share wisely, protect your privacy, and remember your worth comes from God, not likes or comments. Ooh, that's a good one.
Great comment. Yes, from Giselle. Do not overshare, especially about your personal life. Keep it private. Let us use our social media for spreading and sharing our faith.
Ooh, good one. From Urchi, I just stay mindful of what I share and who I interact with online. I keep my personal info private, double check sources before believing anything, and make sure my digital space stays positive and safe.
Positive and safe. Yes, very important. From Almea, I practice self-care, limit exposure to harmful content, and stay aware of how my emotions and thoughts are influenced online. By protecting my mental and emotional well-being, I create a safer space for myself in the digital and real world.
Ooh.
Great comments. These are all really great.
These discussions on social media presence remind me of that one quote by Merry Christmas when she said, I share my faith online often.
Yes.
Loudly, proudly, daily.
Yes, great quote.
Talking about being a Christian offline and online, imagine posting something that makes someone feel closer to God. So the opposite of what some of these other accounts post these days.
Oh, definitely. And Mary's not the only one. All you have to do is go to our Instagram and check out the tools highlight. There are so many ways that you could, so many stories about those sharing their faith using the tools that we provide on incmedia.org. And it definitely is very inspiring to see. Hopefully it'll get you to want to share your faith just like all these brethren did as well. And we want to see how all of you are sharing your faith on social media as well. So let's head over to the chat and see how all of you are using social media as a faith sharing tool. All right, let's see.
From Melanie, that's neat. I also invited someone at a coffee shop and she became a member.
Woo! Wow, you know what? I think that's a Wow, congrats, Melanie. That is such an awesome story. Look at that. That is so awesome. Now, Melanie, congrats on number one, your fruit. Number two, for winning comment of the day. But you get
a
notebook. And what does it say?
This one says, put God in charge of your work, then what you've planned will take place. From Proverbs 6, chapter 16, verse 3. And inside,
oh, we got a dotted notebook. Okay, Melanie, that one's gonna be yours. Congratulations. All right, what are the comments we got? Tip, keep your posts positive and inspirational and utilize INC Media content to share your faith. And also put a timer for social media from Carrie from Linwood, Washington State.
Ooh.
That's actually a really good tip, putting a
good tip.
timer. I know some phones, they have like a time limit on like some apps. So I think that would be very, very helpful. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's see.
Love this topic, Paul. Although we may use social media for consuming entertainment and sharing our content, we should all the more use it for sharing content about our faith. Hashtag Eagle Rock, hashtag LAC from G Main Rock.
Yes, that is great. I love that we are all enjoying this topic. It is a really, really important topic. From Sister Lauren May, just as much as we post our personal lives, we should also share promos and posts of the many church activities happening to edify too. Hashtag Texas. Yes, that's another way to share our faith.
Exactly.
So, yes.
I love watching the inspirational stories of brethren that I first am able to see through social media posts. For example, the Coda series or Brother Andre's story and many others. Hashtag
Des Moines,
Washington from Diana.
Yes, actually, that reminds me. That's actually, you don't always just have to inspire non-members, but you can also inspire other members to watch some pieces of content like the Coda series and like the Lahaina Stories of Faith. So yes, you might have a really good influence, positive influence on members as well. So thank you so much for that. Digital footprint is a thing. Yes, it is. What's posted online is forever out online. It's important to be careful always. Hashtag Hawaii Pacific, hashtag Kalihi from Regine. Yes, digital footprint is definitely a thing. So let's be very, very careful.
Think before you click. Don't share everything in social media. We should protect our privacy. What we should share always is our faith. From Marge de los Santos from Pangasinan, Philippines.
Yes, thank you all so much for all of your tips. These are all very, very great tips, and we thank you so much for interacting in the chat as well. All right, so last but not least, let's talk about influencers. I kind of mentioned it earlier before, but let's be honest, influencers are everywhere, and we all follow them. I do.
Yep, whether it's fashion, fitness, or food, we're constantly being influenced, sometimes without even realizing it. But the question is, who's really influencing us?
Great question. Now, that's why we love this piece of content from That's in the Bible called The Influencer We All Need in Life. Spoiler alert, the ultimate influencer, God.
Yep. Honestly, if you're looking for someone to follow, he's the one who will never lead us down the wrong path.
So while it's okay for us to follow influencers for style tips or recipe ideas, let's make sure that our main influence in our lives is God's word. Let's take a quick look.
We should not place all our trust in online or other influencers who have limitations, make mistakes, and also then may lead us astray from what is really good for us. We can protect ourselves from negative influencers. How? By making sure that anyone we would listen to, anyone that we would value when they give advice and counsel, they are within the people of God and are using the Holy Bible as their basis. So, let God, therefore, be our influencer. Why? He has no limitations. He knows all that is good for us and intends to show it to us and provide such for His children. We should not.
Wow, such a great reminder. And you know, today was a really big eye-opener for how I personally consume and use social media. So if we were to take anything away from today's show, it's to be responsible with who you follow online.
And be careful about the information you consume.
Post with intention.
And to be influenced by God in all aspects. Well, that's a wrap for today. We hope this episode gave you some things to think about when it comes to your Christian presence on social media.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Now, let's use our platforms to spread positivity, encourage others, and most importantly, reflect our faith.
Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with us. And don't forget to share this with someone who needs to hear it.
Bye! Just kidding!
It's surprise time!
You forgot something, Olivia.
And we're ready to announce today's winners.
Are we ready to announce our winners?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you ready?
All right.
We're ready. Can we get a drum roll, please? Woo! Congrats to Michelle Monaco,
Ertz Biong,
G. Main Ross,
and Melanie Reynoso. Woo!
Don't forget to direct message us your address. Congratulations to all our winners.
Yes, now until next time, keep your faith strong and your feeds uplifting. And we want you to know that incmedia will be here with you.
For you.
Every week, every Friday.
Keeping you uplifted and inspired with your favorite INC media content. Bye! See you next time!
Wait, Olivia, we forgot.
Cornered! Can't do that, Allison! I did not forget.
Yeah, that was a good theme song.
forget.
Yeah, I know you didn't forget. I knew you wouldn't forget our pet friends. Now it's Pet Corner time!
Today we have Augie, short for August. He's from California. His mom,
There's Augie!
His mom, Annabelle, says he's a Maltipoo and he's almost 7 months old, but he was about 4 months old in this picture.
4 months!
Yes, he's our first family pet, so everything is lovable about him at the moment, especially how he jumps up and down from his hind legs when we come home. Thank you, Annabelle, for sharing Augie with us.
Oh, so cute! Olivia, what did you say earlier? That
So
you
cute.
wanted.
I want
what
a
is it?
multi-poo.
A multi-poo, yes.
Look at him.
So maybe you can maybe be friends with Augie. Maybe he'll find you
I know,
a
hopefully.
brother or sister to maybe you can have one day.
I want one.
Now, do you want your pet to be featured on Pet Corner? Direct message us on Instagram at INC Media News so that maybe your pet could be featured on one of our future episodes and we could see your furry or feathery
Friend.
or scaly friends.
Yeah. Okay, that's all.
Thanks again to everyone for tuning into INC Media Live today.
See you next week.
Bye.
I'm a teenager who doesn't drink or go to wild parties or go to prom. Some of them think I'm part of a cult. I get teased a lot for being too obedient, too innocent, and even inexperienced in the relationship department. So I was nicknamed as the Iglesia. Okay, maybe all these sound petty, but at this stage of life, being accepted by your peers is kind of a big deal. So if you're like me, and there are times when you feel isolated, you're not alone. In fact, you're supposed to feel like that because we are just tourists here on Earth.
It's funny, I never thought that I would say that God makes me happy. If you knew me 3 years, 4 years ago, I would have said drinking makes me happy. I would have said partying makes me happy. I would have said less responsibility makes me happy. But today, being in the church, joining in the activities, becoming an officer in the church, bringing my children to church, growing up in the church, my daughter will grow up in now. She's gonna grow up in the church and she's gonna be awesome. So sometimes people, like it'll pop up Merry Christmas on the Uber or on a phone call and people get real quiet. They don't know if I'm a real person sometimes, so I have to say I am a real person. My real name is Mary. You can pick me up. So once we get in the car, they're like, Merry Christmas. And I'll be like, and I don't even celebrate Christmas. And then it starts a whole conversation from there. And I share my faith online often, loudly, proudly, daily. I make videos about going to worship service, dressing up for worship service. My social media is completely covered in God. I post Him so much because I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of time to make up for doing the wrong things. And it's time to do the right thing now.
It was one of the main experiences that helped me grow as a person, and most especially in my faith. I didn't feel like I belonged, but now I do because of the love and community I found when I needed it the most.